Today we're going to be taking a little stroll back through time because we're going to be discussing some of the things that we wish we knew when we started playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. What is going on, fellow adventurers, and welcome back to the Revelry. I'm Nick.
I'm Logan.
I'm Joey.
And so we've been playing D&D for about 4 years, going on 5 in January, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite a long time.
So
Same campaign.
Same campaigns.
So we're going to be discussing some of the things that we wish we knew when we started playing. What are some of the things that you guys wish you knew when you started playing D&D?
Armor class.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we
Armor
first
class is a big
That
thing.
came out of left
when
field.
we first started playing D&D, we all were huddled around our smaller table before we got this one,
Yeah.
and I opened the campaign, and the first bit of conflict was with these goblins that were invading this town, and so one of our characters who doesn't play with us anymore, she stepped down and went to attack the goblin, and I had no idea. I had seen armor class before, but I really didn't understand it. And from what I remember from what we did way back in the day when I used to play 3.5 was you have contested rolls. That's just what we always did for some reason. I don't know why. So I would roll a d20, and the person attacking roll a d20. Whoever had the higher d20 was what was hit. If they didn't, then they missed. So I'm at work, like maybe 2 weeks later, and Joey calls me and goes, "Hey, I figured out what armor class was." And I was like, "Okay, what is it?" And he said, "So the armor class is what your armor percentage is, what they have to make to hit. And the person who's hitting has to roll a d20 and add their attack bonus to that. And if it goes over their armor class, then it hits." And I go, "Well, that makes perfect sense." So the first 2 sessions were just like this weird kind of strange way of attacking and battling and everything.
And then I realized that when I discovered the weirdlings and I discovered Critical Role, they kept saying, "Oh, what did you roll?" "Oh, I rolled an 18. Oh, well, my armor class is 15. Oh,
Yeah.
you hit." I was like, what the hell
Wait
does
a
that
second.
mean? And I began to piece it together, and I looked it up, and I realized that we were both Krungus Dungus.
Yes. Long story short,
So-
just read the rules.
So, armor class.
Yeah.
No contested rolls.
No. There's an armor class for a reason.
So this next one isn't exactly a game mechanic, but it is very important to the nature of D&D. And that is, the thing that I wish I knew when I started playing was that role-playing is hard. I remember when I first started playing D&D, it was more of a, you think of it more of like a video game where you want to attack a thing and how much damage does it do? Does he die? When I get hurt, can I heal? All that stuff. It wasn't exactly until I started watching Critical Role when the examples of role-playing made itself evident to me. Yeah, it was very hard to get into that in the beginning. Obviously now, we've been playing for years, so it's very easy to get into to your character's roles and start, acting out. But when I first started playing, I wish I knew that it was going to be difficult to actually learn that skill. It is a skill to roleplay and do it effectively and not do it cringily, right? You don't want to have people cringing when you're role-playing a sex scene or something like that. So, yeah, just
One time, never again.
because I know a lot of our viewers are people that have never played D&D before, or maybe you're new and your group is new. Just take it slow, it will come with time. The skill does make itself evident with time. So yeah, just that's definitely one thing that I wish I knew, is that role-playing was going to be hard.
One thing I wish I knew when it came to Dungeons & Dragons is, essentially, I wish there was like a trial period.
I know
for making
exactly what you're
characters,
saying.
because when we first started playing, everybody had already decided on what they wanted to do. I let everybody else pick before me, and so I wanted to help round the group out a little bit,
Fill in the slot.
fill in the missing puzzle piece. And so I decided that I was going to be a bard, which is great and fine and all, and I really enjoyed playing it, but I began to realize I enjoyed being more of a bruiser than a magic wielder
Caster,
or a
yeah.
caster. I mean, I was fine, helping support my party and everything like that, but I just realized that, it's good to maybe have a little bit of a
That is so true, because
have a little bit of a
I
trial.
remember when we first started playing, I was playing Azrael, which was my my arcane trickster rogue, and I built him horribly wrong. I picked all the wrong spells, and I wanted him to be more of like like this is new since we started playing. I want them to be like in Skyrim. Like I said, I wanted it to be like a video game. So I picked like, oh, I want a fire spell. Oh, I want a light. I want firebolt. I want shocking grasp. I want frostbolt. Is that the cantrip?
I don't know.
One of the frost cantrip. And oh god, it was just because I'm like, oh, I'm a rogue. Do I do this thing or do I attack? And it's just like always attack. So
You just
yeah, definitely. I wish there was like a if you guys are new. Perhaps you should play a couple of one-shot sessions first to understand how the game plays, and then when you get a grasp on different classes, character customizations, then go into a session 0 and then iron it all out. But yeah, I definitely wish that there was a trial period, D&D trial.
One of the things that I wish I knew was when you say that you can do anything in D&D, you really can. So when I first started playing, and I noticed this with the group. I mean, it's changed now as we played more and more. But one thing that I noticed was that you feel limited by your surroundings. And if you have an idea, something that you want to do, just ask your DM is there something like a ledge that I can climb up to and get a better vantage point, or is there a crawl space under this building that I'm in that I can crawl through and try to eavesdrop on something. I mean, if there's something that you want to do that you think might be beneficial to the game you're playing, just ask. Just do it. I mean,
Hell yeah.
literally, the environment is there. The dungeon master does as good of a job as they can to explain what you're looking at and what you're dealing with. But if there's something out of the box that you're thinking and you want to try it, just ask. Because, I mean, chances are the dungeon master is going to let you do it if it's within reason. And it could probably make for some really good roleplay.
You want to know why? Because the rule of cool is always number one. If it's cool, your DM's gonna let you do that shit. Come on now.
True.
Like, 2 examples, real quick. Joey's campaign. Cogsworth, my current character, fell off of an airship.
Oh, man.
Kaj had a harpoon in his hand, shot my character through the calf just to have him, to
stick to the side of an air.
Well, it had a rope attached to it, so it stuck in it,
yeah.
and I held it so that you didn't fall.
Yeah, so I was basically dangling off this airship fucking hundreds of feet in the air.
Yeah, and I did damage, but at least it
it didn't kill me, but I was just like,
you.
no! That, and then also Joe's campaign, when I was playing Coda, my Tabaxi rogue, when we were in that necrotic or the necromancer portal or the portal, and there were all the army of skeletons on the other side, and me and Kaj went through. Was it Kaj or Lamont?
It was Kaj.
It was Kaj, yeah. Oh my god, worst idea ever. I went in guns blazing because I thought that was the area we were supposed to get into. Didn't know that we weren't supposed to be there, and it was a death trap. And so, we ended up. Kaj, you got to the other side somehow.
I went through the portal right behind you.
And it was me, it was Kaj, an army of skeletons, and Coda. And I was like, how do I get through these guys? And so I used my my boots of haste and also my Tabaxi feline agility, and I just tried to run atop the heads of these skeletons, and yeah.
It could have ended up.
But
really
rule
bad,
of cool, like it made it happen. So
yeah,
definitely. Another thing that I wish I knew when starting D&D was that you can have a lot of fun even outside of combat. Going back to what I said before, thinking of it like a video game, you think all the fun times are going to be had when you're beating the shit out of something, or you do some cool backflip to do something cool. Most of the really memorable experiences we've had have been from combat, but there are also some really solid gems out there when it comes to just roleplay and character building that I think get looked over a lot when you're starting out playing D&D. There are some situations where you're going to have the best times, the best laughs outside of combat. So, yeah, one of the things that I wish I knew was that combat isn't everything when it comes to D&D. It's just half the battle when you got your combat abilities, and then you have your character traits that come to shine when you're outside of combat, and that's what makes it something really fun. So
there is definitely a reason why there's all those other abilities with their modifiers, and it's not just attacking and defending and magic casting. You have persuasion, deception, investigation. I mean, there's so much stuff that happens outside of battle. D&D used to be extremely battle oriented. I mean, there was before there were even people adventuring outside of caves and everything, but now, I mean, there's so much stuff that happens outside of combat that just, it just makes it
makes the game
That much more.
addicting.
Yeah.
Okay.
DM, this
As
one's
a
for
DM, this is a good one to that I wish I knew. I wish we both knew back when we first started. One, gold.
Yeah.
Gold is very hard to come by in Dungeons and Dragons, and we frivolously threw it at our party.
Not for Coda.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Well, I mean, in the sense that like, there's a reason why there's electrum and copper and silver pieces.
Right. You want to use that.
And you want to use that to help show, like, when somebody goes, "Oh, you're going to do this quest. What's the reward?"
Mhm.
It's 5 gold pieces. That's a lot of money.
It is.
That is a lot
It
of
is.
But
It is.
we didn't know.
Not to some spoiled adventurers like us.
Yeah.
We got rid of copper and we got rid of silver. We said everything's just going to be gold. It'll make it easier. How much is that cup of soup over there? 1 gold piece.
That's literally like $100.
I mean, that's insane.
That's some $100 soup right there.
That's insane. But we just thought, at the time, again, this is what we wish we knew at the time. We thought, this will just streamline everything, make it easier
Right.
to remember and figure out. But yes, gold.
I mean, even there's currency tables in the DMG, right?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are.
Oh yeah, this
One-
food, this cup of water is like 1 copper. Dakota, like I said, my rogue tabaxi, he has a pouch of holding, if you will. It's like a bag of holding, but it's just for gold strictly. And he had 1,600 gold in there. So, I mean, we hit a jackpot with that one woman that had just a treasury of gold, and Coda just stole it all. But yeah.
Vacuumed it up.
Yeah, you definitely want to manage your currency in game DMs because that.
Yeah,
your
definitely.
characters are going to be rich, and then you can buy literally anything. You
Yeah.
can just get all the magic items you want, all the potions, and there's no sense of economic crisis in D&D.
In the party.
Yeah, so
There's nothing like telling your players that this item is 250 gold, thinking 250 gold they don't have, and they're all like, "Oh, we can buy that." And you're just like,
what else do you
"How
have?
much gold do you have?" "Oh, I got 1,000 gold." "How did you get that?"
Or when they go and they're like, "Oh, we need to buy some healing potions." "Oh, well, how much is that healing potion?" "Well, that's 125 for just a normal one." "Okay, well, we'll take 70 of those."
Oh, yeah, I can-
What?
Definitely wish that we had been a little bit more I guess, strict, yes, with the
I
amount
guess
of
with the
gold
amount of gold we gave
that
out.
we gave out.
Yeah, I mean next campaign.
But you
I
learn
feel
as
like
you
next
go.
campaign's going to be a lot different.
Like
It's
next
going to be a
campaign
lot different.
is gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be streamlined.
Hell yeah,
30 card deck, streamlined.
it's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference out there.
And to speak on that, the magic items. D&D has a plethora of magical items. Wizards
Yeah.
of the Coast have gone through and have created all of these wonderful items that are balanced and good to use that you can give to your players.
I'm already laughing. You didn't even say
If
anything.
you... I personally...
Not just you.
It's good. It's fine to make up your own magic items for your players, but it can get out of hand pretty quickly because for me anyway, you begin thinking, oh, I don't know if this item that I'm making is really cool enough or powerful enough, and you can slowly get on that slope, a downward slope, where you just snowball and you hand out these
You can slowly lose yourself.
insane magic items that are game breaking, and so one thing I wish that I knew when we first started was just sticking to the magic items that were in the books.
Yeah, because I think magic items is just like +1 longswords, right?
A +1 longsword is a
+1
good weapon.
Is
Yeah.
a fantastic.
And then like you get like to some really hardcore stuff, which is like the flaming sword, or the sword of fire and the flame tongue dagger.
Yeah.
the flame tongue daggers or the
Yeah.
flame tongue swords or whatever.
Yeah.
Different
Frost-
armor sets
The
and
frost.
stuff.
But like
Wind
mainly
dagger,
plus
whatever.
ones is like is that the extent of the base DMG magic item?
No, it goes up to +3, but
Yeah.
I mean, so we have magic items in some of our games where people are dishing out like 4d8 damage.
Right, I was gonna have you guys.
When in reality, it's supposed that's a super OP weapon you got going on.
Yeah.
And in the DMG and stuff like that, like a +3 longsword is
It's a good find.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a very
expensive.
good weapon. But and there's a reason why, because you throw like an adult red dragon
Has
or
300
whatever,
some health,
has 300
360
something
some
health, it won't last
Yeah.
You
in
need three
a
good
round of
times.
combat
Yeah.
because your
Because you
players
cre-
are all
created
swinging
these.
You
around.
created these monstrosities in your
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, your players are all swinging around these fucking god tier weapons that are dishing out like
90 damage.
D20,
It's
like 4d20 damage.
All right, so this is gonna be our last one, and this is the thing that I wish I knew when I started playing D&D, is that it is so very easy to get addicted to this game once you've had a good experience with it. And there are a lot of factors that go into that. You know, it goes into your group and your group dynamic, if you guys are friends before or after, or, you know, but when you have a good experience in Dungeons and Dragons, this can quickly spiral into into an addiction. Yeah, the game is fantastically fun. It's become a hobby for all of us.
Yeah.
And it's just when you have that good experience, you know, you will get sucked into it, and quickly it'll become one of the things that you look forward to most. You know, I just wish I knew that it would become something else. I mean, it's a great thing. It's not like I wish I knew it so I would prevent it, but...
And to speak on that, just knowing that it would become an addiction, I mean, when we started this game, we had a small table with a whiteboard and little Disney pin backings for the enemies, and... What game was it? Was it Monopoly pieces?
We were using Monopoly pieces as our characters.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
I remember.
And then if we could take you on a tour around what we have now. I mean, if you just look at the placemat, when we have giant miniatures now. I mean, Joseph and I between us probably have well over 400 miniatures.
And I'm getting more too. Because as you know, I'm painting.
He's painting the miniatures. We have we spent $300 or $400 on over $1,000 worth of Dwarven Forge that we were able to secure.
Got the most exquisite deal.
Yeah, I mean, we've got placemat. I mean, it is just look at the books that we have bought. I mean,
this addiction has spread into
like
books, playmats, miniatures, hero forges, custom hero forges, which get quite expensive.
Yeah,
if you buy more than 4, which we have, or I have at least. Dice, you know, not just plastic dice, but
metal
nice dice. Nice dice.
And before you start to get concerned like this is going to break your bank, this is over a span of almost 5 years. So it's not like we just went out one night and bought all this stuff. I mean, this is, you know, but would it have stopped me from doing everything that I did if I knew ahead of time what this was going to become?
No. This is what I had hoped would happen.
And let me just ask real quick, do you regret all this?
No.
Oh, hell no.
No, definitely not.
There's your answer right there.
No.
So.
No. D&D is my favorite thing in the world, and especially now during this ridiculous
time that we're in.
Yeah. You know, I freaking hate it. But, like, you know what? The one thing that keeps me sane throughout all of it is Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Friends and family.
Yeah. And that's one thing, too. I'll leave it off with this. If you guys are having a rough time in, you know, this time that we're in right now, if you guys are having a rough bout of it, consider playing D&D.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if you can't find people to play with, because obviously there are, you know, restrictions on such things, but there are ways to play online, and you can find a group. You know, you may not click with it immediately, but it's something to do. It's something to, you know, get your mind off of the way things are right now, and
definitely,
it's definitely a fun thing.
And also, I don't want to speak for you guys, but if y'all have any questions for us, I mean, put them in the comments. I mean, again, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I would love to answer questions that you guys might have.
No, definitely.
You know, if there's anything you're wondering, anything about the videos that we've posted, just let us know.
Yes.
I mean, we love talking about D&D. So
yeah, I think you can see that with
the
length of some of these videos. They've been pretty long, which we're trying to remedy. But if you guys, you know, if you enjoy it, then definitely give us some feedback in comments below. Maybe tell us some video ideas that you would like to see, or things you'd like us to discuss, or like I said before, some miniatures that you'd like to see me painted. We'd definitely appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that is going to conclude this video, guys. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Consider dropping a subscribe for us. It would really, really help us out. But
helps with our self-esteem.
It definitely does. But I think that's going to be it for us today, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you later.
Cheers. That was so clean.
That was clean.
We just got in. We were like a greased up machine. We were
just
like
fucking oiled up.
I'm like an oiled up naked guy, just rolling around.
What is that from Family Guy?
Oiled up guy? Yeah.
Oh my god. I want to be pure.
I just want to be pure.
How long was that, dude? Crungus the clown.
Crunkus the clown.
Crungus the clown.
All right. I am in the shop.
Are we recording?
Yes.
Ouch.
Everyone look in the corner, the red button, the red little dot.
I see it.
If it's gone,
see it.
If it's gone, we're fucked.
We're fucked.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay.
Hit that dab, Joseph. Jesus. Fastest dab in the world. There you go.
You want to see the fastest dab in the world?
Want
to
to
see
see
it
it
again?
again?
All right.
Do it again.
Okay.
Oh, welcome back to the revelry. Let me try that one more time.
Pick up.
What?
Pick up.
Oh, come on, you've had enough.